Hey, Divine Feminine. Last night, everything changed in ways I never could have predicted. In a single, shattering moment, I was forced to confront truths I had long hidden from myself. For weeks, I had clung to the hope that if I just waited a little longer or tried a bit harder, somehow the pieces of my fractured life would realign. I believed that the promises I had been fed, the whispered reassurances, and the illusions of connection would eventually lead me to the happiness I so desperately craved. But as the night unfolded, every carefully constructed illusion began to crumble, revealing the painful reality that I had been denying. For so long, I convinced myself that my choices were the right ones. I told myself that the sacrifices I made, the risks I took, and the blurred boundaries I tolerated would ultimately pave the way to something better. I clung to the belief that I had found a solution, that this path, however winding and troubled, was leading me toward a future filled with promise. Yet deep inside, there was a persistent voice that warned me something wasn't right. I tried to silence that voice, to ignore the subtle hints of betrayal and the mounting feelings of dread, but last night, its warnings became impossible to ignore. In a single, excruciating moment, I saw everything for what it truly was. The foundation of trust that had once held our relationship together was shattered beyond repair. I caught her red handed, the undeniable evidence of deceit laid bare before my eyes. It wasn't just a moment of suspicion or a fleeting lapse of judgment. It was an act of betrayal that stripped away every illusion of loyalty and care. The sight of that betrayal broke me in ways I never thought possible. My heart shattered into 1,000 irretrievable pieces, and I was forced to face the reality that the love I had so desperately clung to was nothing more than a fragile illusion. There was no escaping that night's painful revelation. I realized, with an overwhelming sense of clarity, that I could no longer continue living in denial. I had built my life on false promises and misguided hopes, and the path I had chosen led only to heartbreak. The moment of truth was both an end and a beginning. I made the decision to end my relationship with the third party, the choice that, although excruciatingly painful, was necessary to reclaim the truth of who I am. It was, without a doubt, one of the hardest decisions I have ever had to make. I knew then that I had to draw a firm, unyielding line, severing ties with the deceit that had clouded my judgment for far too long. As I walked away that night, every decision I had ever made, every moment of doubt, and every time I had ignored my inner voice, came flooding back. I reflected on the many sacrifices I had made, the time and energy I had invested in trying to salvage something that was never meant to be. It was as if each step away from that crumbling bridge was a reminder of all the times I had compromised my own integrity in pursuit of an unattainable ideal. I thought of you, of how you always saw me, even when I couldn't see myself. You were the one who believed in my potential, the one who recognized the real me beneath the layers of fear and denial. And yet, I betrayed that trust by choosing a path that was steeped in illusion and false promises. The pain of that betrayal was not only mine to bear. I can only imagine how deeply my choices have hurt you. Your heart, once filled with unwavering support and understanding, has been left bruised and battered by my missteps. You deserved honesty, loyalty, and the kind of love that builds up rather than breaks down. Instead, you were met with my selfish pursuit of fleeting satisfaction, a pursuit that cost us everything that was genuine and beautiful between us. Looking back on the events of that fateful night, I now see the signs I had so desperately tried to ignore. Every warning, every subtle hint of instability in our relationship now stands out in stark relief. I was so blinded by my own illusions that I failed to see the truth that lay just beneath the surface. It was a terrible mistake, A mistake that led me away from the person who truly mattered, away from you, whose love was the most precious gift I had ever received. The weight of that realization is heavy, a burden I will carry with me as a reminder of the consequences of my choices. And yet, amid the wreckage of lost trust and shattered dreams, there is a strange clarity, a bittersweet understanding that sometimes the most painful endings are necessary for a new beginning. The universe, in its mysterious wisdom, forced me to confront the demons of my past and the errors of my ways. I have come to see that letting go of what was never meant to be is the only way to pave the way for something more authentic, something that honors the true essence of who I am. It is a painful process, one that leaves scars and memories that will never fully fade, but it is also a process of rebirth and renewal. As I navigate the aftermath of this emotional storm, I cannot ignore the impact that these personal upheavals have had on other areas of my life, especially my finances. When our inner worlds are in turmoil, it's not uncommon for that instability to manifest in our external lives as well. You may have noticed that along with the emotional burden, there has been a lingering sense of financial insecurity, a feeling that the chaos within has seeped into every facet of our existence. The cards, in their own mysterious way, have been revealing truths about your financial situation that echo the inner chaos we both feel. Right now, you might be feeling left out or financially drained, feelings that are as disorienting as they are painful. These sensations can make you question every decision you've ever made, every path you've chosen, and leave you wondering if you're truly on the right track. This isn't just about money. It's about the deeper wounds of scarcity and fear that have been hidden beneath the surface for far too long. The emotional upheaval that followed my own decisions has a mirror in your financial struggles, reflecting the inner conflict that we both must face. Over the next few days, these feelings might intensify. The financial challenges, already daunting, could seem to loom even larger as you grapple with the realization that healing, both emotionally and financially, is a slow, deliberate process. It may feel like you are caught in a cycle of stress and uncertainty, where every setback only deepens the wounds that you are trying so desperately to heal. But even in the midst of such darkness, there is hope. The cards remind us that change is inevitable. Though the present may be filled with uncertainty and hardship, there is a shift on the horizon. In time, the weight of financial strain will begin to lift, and you will find yourself regaining the confidence that has been so elusive of late. It's important now, more than ever, to nurture your inner stability and to allow yourself the space to rebuild both your heart and your financial foundation. Healing is a process that requires patience and self-compassion. Just as emotional wounds need time to mend, so too does the delicate balance of your financial life require careful, mindful attention. I share all of this with you, not as a means of excusing my mistakes, but as a testament to the truth that has been revealed in the darkest moments. Every heartbreak, every tear shed, and every regret is a lesson in disguise, a painful reminder that we must honor our true selves by facing the reality of our lives, no matter how harsh it may be. I am deeply sorry for the pain I have caused and for the trust I shattered. But I also believe that every ending, no matter how painful, holds the promise of a new beginning, a chance to rebuild, to learn, and to grow stronger than ever before. As you move forward, know that you are not alone. Allow the lessons of the past to guide you towards a future where both your heart and your finances find the balance and abundance they deserve. Embrace this period of transformation as an opportunity to rediscover your inner strength and to reclaim the authenticity that has always been within you. With every difficult step, there is the promise of a new dawn, a time when the weight of sorrow will give way to the light of a more hopeful tomorrow. With heartfelt regret and renewed determination, I remain grateful for every lesson learned, even as I continue on this challenging journey toward healing and redemption.